Hey guys, welcome back to BeamNG.drive. We are on a map we haven't been on before. This is called a map to crawl over, and it's actually, I think, it's basically been updated after a long time. So a map to crawl over returns up here in the top left there. Apparently it's like a really old BeamNG map. I've never played it before, and they redid it. And we're here specifically because of the vehicle we're in, which is also noteworthy. This is, I know it's probably hard to actually recognize it, but this is the Ibishu Pessima. This is a modded version of the Ibishu Pessima, and it is called the Gambler Ibishu Pessima, and this is in the Mega Pack. It's a really great mod with a ton of different Ibishu Pessima variants. We're also probably going to check out the Weird Wheel Pack in this video, which is going to be interesting. But here's the Ibishu Pessima. We've got all these versions, all of these Gambler versions. We're currently in the Gambler Mudrunner. There's several other really interesting ones as well, but we're really just going to be looking at the Gambler Mudrunner today. There's also a Gambler Study Mudrunner, which maybe just has slightly different tires. I'm not actually super sure, but there's a ton of different versions, and it's great. It's super fun. But yeah, here it is. A Pessima. You didn't know a Pessima could go off-road. Not really, did you? I'm going to lock my rear and front brake. Wow, diffs here. What am I saying? But yeah, this is a 2-liter turbocharged Ibishu Pessima. Not exactly the engine you might think of when it comes to rock crawling and off-roading. But I'm going to show you. This is actually surprisingly capable. With a quick descent, I suppose. Okay, we're fine. This does have, it's obviously pretty stripped down, and it's got some guards on the front, and, well, the back is sort of like a weird, almost like truck-looking thing. But, yeah, 2-liter, 4-cylinder turbocharge, which can be a little weird, and you'd feel like maybe it wouldn't have the torque down low to do proper crawling. But in my experience with it so far, I actually found it's been surprisingly capable. So we're going to check this out a little bit. This has been a pretty fun map. It's obviously built for crawling, a map to crawl over. There's tons and tons of stuff around to crawl. And there are lots of specific like crawling tracks. There's also just like these dirt tracks, which are fun to get some more speed on. And there's a couple of these areas. They're like concrete crawling courses that are actually pretty challenging. But this thing does do pretty well, despite maybe not as much ground clearance as some, you know, real crawling rigs. That's a little steep. I will say that's a little steep. But it's just it's interesting trying to get this thing. Okay, well, that's fine. We don't need that stuff, I don't think. Actually, we're gonna look at that part because I'm not a huge fan of the concrete sections because they're just really jagged and not actually that much fun, in my opinion. But the Pessima Gambler here kind of just eats a lot of normal stuff up pretty easily. Like these pretty steep little inclines right here, it can just yuck right up them. It's right on the. It's like right on the fringe of maybe not getting up, and it almost feels like. But as soon as it slaps the front wheels down, it's not the car's fault. It's my fault. Yeah, we're fine. I think we're fine. Keep losing whatever is up on my roof. But yeah, the little 4-cylinder actually does amazing. It actually does well, like amazingly. I don't know how. I thought there are times where it'll kind of run out of power if you're not really up in the revs, you're not building much boost in the turbo, and I just usually slam the clutch for a little bit, build the revs, and then drop the clutch, and it usually will power its way up. But this car's just a lot of fun, and the suspension is pretty awesome. And this is exactly how the mod comes in, just like this with these wheels. We are going to check out some other wheels, I think, just for fun, but also for just bad ideas. As if this car's not ridiculous enough already, we're going to do some things to make it a little more ridiculous. Now, in the map, there are several of... that's fine. I don't think we're going to need that wheel. We'll be fine. Okay, but there are several of these courses here that are ribboned off, and they're like crawling courses. And this actually looks like pretty demanding. It'll be interesting to see how the Pessima can actually handle this. Again, like not the most ground clearance, but what I find, because it doesn't have a ton of ground clearance, its center of weight seems lower to me, and it seems a little bit more manageable. Like I honestly, when I saw this mod, I was like, this thing is going to be a joke. It's going to drive terrible. It's going to be constantly rolling over itself. Like, I've put big wheels on vehicles that don't need them before, and they just roll over themselves. But because the suspension is so good, actually, on this, it's surprisingly manageable and a lot of fun. And it's actually doing all right at this course here. It's just, you know, taking it slow, kind of picking our spots, not going too crazy, managing our weight transfer, and yeah, it actually powered up that whole thing pretty easy. I'm not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do here. When in doubt, yeet! Please get up there. Oh, did that work? Ooh, kind of. That actually kind of worked. Oh, I don't know where to go from here. I don't know where I'm supposed to go from here. I don't actually know where to go. Do I not have an exhaust? I don't have an actual exhaust, do I? Huh. Okay. Well, it's surprisingly quiet for not having an exhaust. But yeah, there's several of those courses around the map, and I guess I can actually just give us a quick peek at the map, because it's pretty cool. It's not super huge. Wow, let me just zoom all over the place. But, okay, wow. How sensitive is my mouse right now? Okay, so we kind of started over here. We saw some of those hills. Down here is that original concrete. I don't like it. It's stupid. Not that fun. But yeah, you can see there's lots of these climbing trails through here. We went up one over there. Oh, I guess that looks terrible. That looks like it'd be hard. I haven't actually gone up this. And then in here, there's this forest, and there's a bunch of trails that kind of go through the forest. There's another concrete area over here, which is actually a lot more fun than the other one. But we're going to plop down here. Give a quick restart so I don't actually spawn in the wrong area. And we'll mess around over here a little bit. And then we'll maybe experiment with wheels and see how that affects how we're doing. The nice thing about these wheels is they are, well, the tires are massive. And so that if I can show on the right object, I mean, the tires do give a lot. And that gives us a lot of cushion in addition to the suspension on the Gambler Pessima. It does help us with off-roading a lot. But it's pretty capable, and I just think this thing is just so fun. It has a hitch. Ooh, it has a hitch. I should really be putting a trailer on here, some off-road trailer driving. Ooh, that was close. But for a little Pessima, I mean, I'm just impressed. I wish that I could get up. I wish I could kind of bump off that. I think you're supposed to be able to like put your wheels up on it. Maybe if can I take this fastener that I could kind of bonk onto it? I don't know. I don't know what the terms are. I don't know how off-roading works. Bonk off of it. Right there. Boink. Missed it. That's fine. It's okay. We can just pretend. Okay. Okay. What just happened? What happened? I was like going backwards. I don't even. That was strange. Okay. All right. So, that forested area. Let's go check that out a little bit. Because there's some cool trails in there. Wow, that was surprisingly... Really? That broke my fuel tank and, like, cracked my axle. Okay. After everything I hit, that was it. Who knew? I did not expect it. Yep, we're gonna go for it again. Yep, sure. That's what that's supposed to look like. Yep, totally good. Trees. Hello? Where do I get into the forest? Maybe up here? Over the bridge? Through the woods? Somewhere up. There we go. Ooh, which way should we go? Left or right? Ooh, I don't know. Let's go right. And this looks not bad. Not too bad. Not as bad as that last kind of off-roading track we did. Some rocks here. We'll just kind of work around those. It does so well. It's just fun. Oh. Interesting. So if I had like a bigger truck, maybe I could just go straight over this, but I'm going to have to try to work around it. Hut. Yeah. All good. Okay, what's up here? Log. Okay. Please. Yes. Okay. Got a little concerned that was going to be the end for me. There are some things that are just too tall and my bumper hits them and I just kind of don't have the ground clearance to get over them. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I don't know if I'm going to get up this. we're going to run into traction issues. That's my thought. Please. It's fine. Please. That's okay. I also tend to overheat the clutch a lot in this car, but so far I haven't. But after I do this a little bit, yeah, we'll start overheating the clutch pretty fast. That's all right. We're just gonna come right back down and try again. Oh. No, we're not. We're gonna go up the manual way because that was too hard. I don't know. Maybe I could have made it up, but it wasn't really. It wasn't really happening. Backwards, yeah, sure. Backwards sounds good. We'll go through it backwards. No, we won't. Let's go straight. Oh wow! See, that's ground clearance. That's a ground clearance issue there. I turned like a top as soon as my chassis sat down on that rock. See, sometimes I can. There we go. Takes a little bit of maneuvering, but you can usually get it to work, even in some trickier situations. I just can't believe how manageable this thing is. Like, I sort of just enjoy it compared to some of the off-roading trucks because of that low center of gravity. Ooh, this is fun. Stairs. Hopefully, please don't hit my bumper. Oh, yep. My lights on? My headlights are on, I guess. Interesting. Oh, come on. Just let me come up. There we go. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. No. Yes. Come on. See, that's where I'm having to drop the clutch. There we are. And speaking of that clutch, she's getting a bit warm. Oh boy, we're gonna need some help from our handy dandy winch. I guess. Oh boy. Well, that's fine. You know what? Forget it. Forget it. That's not a winch. All right. Let's go check out some other wheels. And we're just going to see how ridiculous this is and how much it does not help us off-road, most likely. But we're going to try it out. So this is going to be a mod called Awesome. What Weird Wheel Pack? I don't know what I was thinking. Weird Wheel Pack. We're going to check out a couple that are going to be pretty weird. And the first one's just going to be completely ridiculous. All right, you think they're large enough? This is the Mod Mud Bigger. So you have to put on the 5-lug, but the 5-lug wheel mounts, and then, yeah, you can put any of these puppies on. And they're pretty ridiculous. So this is the Mod Mud Bigger. There's a smaller version, but why go small when you can go stupidly big? I don't think these would be great for off-roading because these tires don't seem to have a ton of give, but I mean, street cred, right? Just look at how ridiculously, these are just outrageous. They make no sense. I'm really curious if we just snap the axles off because it's too much stress. Though the wheels we had on it were definitely putting some major stress on the axles. So, oh, sweet. There goes one. There goes two. Why don't we just flip over and see how that is? No. Over on. There you go. Good. Okay, that's fine. That worked about as well as I thought. Okay. Get out of the ground there. And we're off. I like these. You know, you can really impress your friends with wheels like this. But no, I don't think it's going to help us off-roading much. I took these actually on off-road courses earlier just to see how it would go, and just the sheer width generally is a disadvantage. There are some spots where maybe it could be helpful, maybe. But generally, I mean, here's the course that we did before. If you want to see, I mean, honestly, it might do. Okay, that's a very resilient bush. All right. They don't have the give. Oh. Yeah, they just don't have any flex in the rubber, and so they don't do as good a job as like conforming around the rocks. I mean, they don't do it at all. They just sort of bounce around off of them like hard rubber tires. Yeah, look. Oh, geez, it's a mess. It's terrible. It's actually way. I thought it was maybe a little better than this. It's not good. Not good at all. But supposedly good for mud, maybe? I mean, they're mud tires. Oh, jeez, but they're not. What? How? I mean, that's not easy to get the opposite wheels to fall off. That's impressive. What is this going to drive like? Oh man, it's like crabbing. but it sort of drives? Maybe? This is fun. This actually kind of drives. Like, I'm going 50 miles an hour. Oh boy. Okay. Please don't lose another wheel. I want to see if we can get up this. Please don't lose another wheel. Please. I actually kind of want to see how this thing would crawl up this even with the actual, 4 tires. But come on, prove them wrong. Prove them wrong. Oh. Okay. Well, this is actually sort of drivable though, which is pretty fun. Okay, never mind. All right, let's see real quick how this climbs from a stop. I could climb this pretty easily with the normal wheels, so. All right, we'll go right here and give her the beans. Here we go. All 2 liters. Oh my gosh. It'd be so hard to turn this much wheel. Wow, yeah. That was really not even close. The engine felt very underpowered there. I think that seemed pretty obvious. Oh boy. Did we bend? That looked kind of bent. That bend? That looks a little bent to me. Yeah, maybe that'll help us. I don't know. All right, let's get one more run up. One more try. It just doesn't have the power. Woofda. Get there. All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's try one more set of wheels that surely won't help us do anything productive at all, but should be pretty hilarious. You know, sometimes you just got to go back to basics, right? Like go back to the Oregon Trail. Maybe they were onto something with those wheels. These are the wooden wagon wheels from that same wheel pack. So, yeah, we've got it. We've had bicycle wheels in the game before. Now we've got wooden wagon wheels. We've made it. We've made it. This is great. I mean, it's almost sort of like rustic. It's nice. I'm sure the ride is harsh and terrible, but wheels don't really break in this game. So, I mean, traction I'm sure is going to be terrible. I'm probably going to slide all over the place. But, I mean, theoretically, like, the wheels aren't going to break themselves. I don't think. We'll see. So, we'll start from the top. Wooden wagon wheels. I am just sliding. Wow. Yeah, that's about as good traction as I would expect. I should really have locked my diffs, but that's fine. Here we go. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. It's so hard to control. This is not going to go well. Yikes. I actually really thought I was going to lose one. Let's try that again. Yikes. Yeah, I mean... Ooh. I'm surprised we tipped over. All right. Let's see how she climbs. And then we'll take her for a high-speed run and see, you know, how the wooden wagon wheels hold up. Ah, yeah, this is not going to be a climb. I can't even climb, like, the slightest of inclines. Really should lock the diffs, too. That wasn't really it wasn't a fair shake. Where is my, hello? Where's my mouse cursor? Did anybody see my mouse cursor? Where are you? There you are. Okay. Wow. Oh, please. All right. I mean, I don't know. The diffs will help slightly, maybe a little. It's hopeless. These are hopeless. Yeah, these are hopeless. Yeah, something about the wood. There's just not there's not much traction. It's weird. All right, let's go find a road. I will go find the beach maybe, and then we'll go some high speed runs and see how slippery this is. Yikes! We're fine. Wow. Thank goodness for that like cattle guard on the front, because that would have smashed most cars. Hey, look, we're back to where we started, the very beginning. Okay, here we go. Definitely got a little bit of a tweak in the front axle, maybe. What? Yikes. I'm just like not sure how much grip to expect around this corner, so I'm like kind of just gonna drift it. Drift machine! Just like the bicycle wheels, man. We're drift machine. This thing does have a snorkel, so I can take a little bit of water here, which is nice. I didn't really get into it at all, but... I remember the bicycle wheels were super fun because they were so slidey, but eventually if you slide too much, the like wheels just blew up or something. The tires blew up? I don't remember. Yeah, there's definitely... Something's a bit off kilter here. The fuel tank is ruptured. It's all good. The wheels aren't going to last long in the fuel tank, even at this point, I don't think. Yeah, it's pulling right pretty good. Yeah. Well, we lost one. Oh, no. Come back. I don't have a spare. I only have a spare regular tire. All right, so I thought it'd be kind of helpful just to bring it to grid map, just to like put it on some, you know, not dirt, because you don't get an appreciation for just how, like, I don't know, bad the wheels are in some ways. You know, you can just like, oh, it's just because it's dirt, and it's like, no, they're really bad. Like, listen to the hilarious sound when we slide to a stop. Like, I don't even know if they're made of wood or if they're made of metal that is painted to look like wood. But I also kind of wanted to see exactly how they might drift on, like, pavement. Just to see how low the friction actually is, because I really can't get an amazing sense of it on dirt. And yeah, it's, can I please have third gear? No? There it is. Yeah, I mean, it's probably worse than bicycle tires, to be honest. Yeah, I don't think I can save myself from hitting. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, pretty awesome. Wooden wagon wheels. Who knew? Though I gotta say, like, they're slippery, but I almost, I kind of expect them to be worse. That's, oh, and look at how resilient they are. Oh boy, yeah, we're crawling. We're crabbing. We're crabbing. Can I still hit the ramp? That's the question. Can I still hit the ramp? I'm gonna miss. I hit it. I actually, how? How? How did I... that was real luck. That was real luck. I think I need to end the vid... Wow, there's slow-mo? Automatic slow-mo? Okay. And we just keep going. The wagon continues on. It's beautiful, really. Well, hey, there you go, guys. That was a quick peek at, well, the Gambler Pessima, for one. One of the most ridiculous vehicles I've driven in BeamNG.drive in a long time. And also that really fun off-road map that we checked out, as well as some ridiculous wheels, including these wooden wagon wheels. So, hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And if you did enjoy and you want to see more videos of BeamNG.drive or any of the other games I've been playing, go ahead and subscribe for more. And either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. See ya.